There we go. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Holy Father, I'd like to thank you for this day and for the rest of the days that have been given to me. Amen. And I'd like to also pray that those who seek help may find it in your hands, Lord. Amen. Okay, brothers and sisters, let me just close up this door and let's get this stream started. I decided to test a little something here. Um, Let me know how this overlay looks. I decided to make a little bit of a vertical overlay. It's not too much, but it should get the point across. Okay? So let me know what you think of it. So let's, without further ado, start. And we're going to start at Uzziah. I want to make sure that I pronounce his name correctly. Let me. Okay, I think we've got it. Okay? A session. Just to recap, we went through Joash and house of execution for Jehoiada. Joash becomes king of Judah. We covered that, and then the temple was repaired, and Athaliah had her sons destroy the temple of the Lord, and Zechariah is stoned, and then Syria invades Judah, which was defeated, and then Amaziah takes it over, and then Judah and Israel go to war. Uh, Capybara Kid and Lizard Wizard, God bless both of y'all. Welcome in. How's it going? We're about to start our daily reading. Well, right now it's a nightly reading, but regardless, folks, welcome in. God bless both of y'all in the name of Jesus Christ. Okay? Alright, I'm gonna just do this. And I have 23 pets. Wow. 23 pets. Oh, it's not too crazy considering that we have sorry, I have mm, um, like 23 fire alarms, it seems. Bree on pause. God bless you. Welcome in. How's it going? You have 19. Goodness. God bless you, Christian. Welcome in. Um, for those folks who are wondering, hey, where are you? Where's the stream? Well, uh, I was gonna start, but I realized that this charger was, or not charger, but I was missing my laptop's charger, so it was near to death. So I had to charge it, and my mom took the truck, and it was stuck there, so I couldn't get there. So yeah, step it up in here. Double tap your screen to like. It's free to like and subscribe. Help the algorithms. Thank you. Uh, you call yourself nobody, but you're somebody. You're somebody who's a lot of fun. I'll tell you that much. God bless you too, Bree. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Before I start, I want to get a quick sip of tea. Well, that was an. Oh crap, that was my remote that just dropped. I figured get a little bit of sip of that warmth. Am I right? That way? Oh, it's on channel 8. Houston Public Media. All right. Now that's off. And I guess without further ado, if nobody has any objections, I think we should start. Let me know what y'all think about that new vertical overlay that I made. I decided, I tried to spice it up a little bit. I also made the camera a little bit smaller so it would look much better and more coverage. So yeah, let me know after this reading what you think of it. So, without further ado, let's start chapter 26. And we're going to start with a session of Uzziah. Then all the people of Judah took Uzziah, who was 16 years old, and made him king in the room of his father Amaziah. He built Eloth and restored it to Judah. After that, the king slept with his fathers. 16 years old was Uzziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 52 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name also was Jechaliah of Jerusalem, and he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his father Amaziah did. And he sought God in the days of Zechariah, who had understanding in the vision of God, and as long as he sought the Lord, God made him to prosper. All right. Next is Uzziah successful in war, but I just want to read the comments again. I like the overlay bug. It looks great. Thank you. Yeah, I figured I'd make a overlay just to spice it up. I didn't think I would do this, but here I am, and I think it'll grow on me as time goes on. And Adam, God bless you as well. Sorry to hear that the Jets lost. Man, I wish we didn't have to play the Jets, not because they're a feisty team or a pesky team to defeat, but because I really want the Jets to get a Stanley Cup. But at the same time, I also want the Stars to get a Stanley Cup as well. So yeah, I feel bad for you. And there's the said hi feature. Apparently YouTube, yeah. Okay, so I tested it out on this vertical stream on my phone, and it has this thing where it says, say hi in the chat. I can't remember what it said word for word, but whenever you press that thing, it'll type in said hi all on its own each time you come in. So yeah, that's only on your mobile phone though. It won't work if you're on your computer. All right. But if I didn't mention this, God bless you, Adam, as well. And I hope you've had a great day, afternoon, whatever it is. I hope you're doing well. Anyways, Uzziah successful in war. And he went forward and warred against the Philistines and brake down the wall of Gath and the wall of Jabneh and the wall of Ashdod and built cities about Ashdod and among the Philistines. And God helped him against the Philistines and against the Arabians that dwelt in Gerbal and in and the Mehunans or Mehunans. And the Ammonites gave God to Uzziah, and his name spread abroad even to the entering of Egypt, for he strengthened himself exceedingly. Uh, I compared stats. Uh, okay, uh, I'll read that comment in just a moment. Just gonna finish this section. Moreover, Uzziah built towers in Jerusalem at the corner gates and at the valley gate, and at the turning of the wall and fortified them. Also, he built towers in the desert and digged many walls, for he had much cattle, both in the low country and in the plains. Husbandmen also, and vine dressers in the mountains and in Carmel, for he loved husbandry. Moreover, Uzziah had a host of fighting men that went out to war by bands, according to the number of their account, by the hand of Jael the scribe, and Massiah, or whatever, the rule, the ruler, under the hand of Hananiah, one of the king's captains. The whole number of the chief of the fathers of the mighty men with valor were 2,600, and under their hand was an army, 300,000 and 7,500, that made war with mighty power to help the king against the enemy. And Uzziah prepared for them throughout all the host shields and spears and helmets, or shields, I mean, and spears and helmets and habergeons and bows and slings to cast stories. And he made in Jerusalem engines invented by cunning men to be on the towers and upon the bulwarks to shoot arrows and great stones withal. And his name spread far abroad, for he was marvelously helped till he was strong. Okay, let's read Adam's thing. I uh, I compared stats to vertical stream and horizontal. There's definitely more discoverability on vertical, so I recommend doing vertical going forward. Sadly, horizontal, there's no points, at least for now. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Um, maybe, uh, yeah, sports streams, I definitely go vertical because they're not quite as successful. Um, as far as for chatting streams, well, you have more control over when to stream because you'll be able to feel when people come in and when people come out. And what else? And yeah, with games like sports, like NHL or NFL or whatever sport you're doing, you have no control and no control over the time you want to start. You can't start late or else you'll miss part of the game. God bless you too. Thank you. Thank you, Adam. Lizard Wizard is back and he has 24 pets. Goodness. Are they all lizards or wizards? Or are they dogs, cats, rabbits, bunnies, or sorry, birds, uh, capybaras, foxes, wolves, lions, tigers, hares, or snakes, geckos, all those animals. All right. The next section of chapter 26 is, and the final of chapter 26, Uzziah's intrusion into the priest's office. Mostly losers, but I have 5 dogs and 3 flying squirrels. Or, I mean, lizards. Oh, lizards. Okay, so 5 dogs and 3 flying squirrels, so that's 8. 23 minus 8 is 15. So I guess 15 lizards. Yeah. By the way, Adam, this is what my new vertical overlay looks like. This is for the vertical streams I've got. And what I did is because whenever you zoom in the camera, um, it kind of looks smaller and cropped. So I decided to zoom it out into the length of this so that it would look more proper and less zoomed out. So that's what I that's what I did. And it looks nice so far. Thank you, Adam. And thank you too, Christian, for your opinions. And one fish. Okay. Yeah, autocorrect can be uh such an obnoxious thing. You can type out something and it'll turn into something. And does the wrench mean your mod? Yes, that's for people who are mods. What mods do is basically they just moderate people. If there are some people that are like super offensive, for example, I get every once in a while a person who is going to attack me for no reason or use Bible verses to try to get me out of my comfort zone. And what they do is they remove those messages or remove those user or time out the users, or they just ban them or hide them, as we say. Now, if you're a member, uh, then you're yeah, Christian. He's got it. If you're a member, then you'll have your username in green, which is in 99 cents. By the way, I'm sorry to y'all people uh, who paid for the memberships. I haven't been able to tend to the members. I know it says daily photo updates, but I haven't been able to attend it. Most of it is um, school related, but part of it is also, you know, exhaustion and stuff. But now that school is done for this semester, I'll make it a better effort to yeah, to do that. Just thought I'd get that out of the way. I'm both a mod and a member, but the mod status overrides the green membership color. That's right. If you're a mod, then then no matter what happens, you'll get your blue username and the blue wrench. If you're a member, you also see a picture beside it. And if you're not a mod but a member, it'll be green. So yeah. All right, sorry folks. Uzziah's intrusion into the priest's office. School's already out? Wow. I thought there were still a few more weeks left. It depends on what school you're attending and when you started and what you're studying. Some schools may get out earlier, some others may get out later. I remember one time school didn't end until June, I believe. Thank you, Lizard Wizard. Welcome in. I hope you love everything you see, or love what you see here. And yeah, I'll see what I'll do during my time off of college. All right, I'll just read this section, Uzziah's intrusion into the priest's office, and then I'll get back to the comments. Just bear with me. But when he was strong, his heart was lifted up to his destruction. For he transgressed against the Lord in his God, and went into the temple of the Lord to burn incense upon the altar of incense. And Azariah the priest went in after him, and with him fourscore priests of the Lord that were valiant men. And they withstood Uzziah the king, and said unto him, It appertaineth not unto thee, Uzziah, to burn incense unto the Lord, but to the priests of the sons of Aaron. that are consecrated to burn incense. Go out of the sanctuary, for thou hast trespassed, neither shall it be for thine honor from the Lord God. Then Uzziah was wroth and had a censer in his hand to burn incense. And while he was wroth with the priests, the leprosy even rose up in his forehead of before the priests in the house of the Lord, from beside the incense altar. And Azariah the chief priest and all the priests looked upon him, and behold, he was leprous in his forehead, and he thrust him out from thence. Yeah, himself hasted also to go out, because the Lord had smitten him. And Uzziah the king was a leper unto the day of his death, and dwelt in a several house, being a leper, for he was cut off from the house of the Lord. And Jotham was his son was over the king's house, judging the people of the land. Now the rest of the acts of Uzziah, first and last, did Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amoz, right. So Uzziah slept with his fathers, and they buried him with his fathers in the field of the burial which belonged to the kings, for they said, he is a leper, and Jotham his son reigned in his stead. All right, I'll give you a summary in just a moment. What college do you go to? I go to Victoria College. Victoria College is the name. And thank you, Wizard. Sorry, Lizard Wizard. Sleep deep, rise and shine bright, and go in peace and seek the love of the Lord. And we'll catch you next time. And there's a link to this. My business also has a channel where I publish a broadcast. Please subscribe to me at, yeah, that's Christian's Company, and he's there in case you want to subscribe to him. He does bi-monthly uh podcasts, so I assume every 2 months he does one pod, or not every 2 months, but or wait, every 2 months? I'm not too sure, but yeah, he does podcasts as well. Uh, Vista Lives, fourth edition. God bless you. Welcome in, and you got yourself a USB drive or found a USB drive. That's awesome. Speaking of USB drive, I have two USB drives where I copied the graphics I made for everything from what I did for my channel to what I did for Adam and for everything else. Yeah, that's what I have done. And I've got the USB some here somewhere. This is the other USB. It's not as good. It's rather slow, but it also does the job pretty well for what it's worth. I bought this in Mexico. This is not as fast, but it's still, regardless, better than nothing. 2 episodes every month. Okay, so uh, would that be called bi-weekly? Or no? Wait, no. Low battery. Charge your phone 10%. You know what? By the way, Big Al, welcome in. God bless you. Thanks for joining again. Um, I was gonna stream earlier, but my PC was low on battery, so I had to wait until my mom arrived with the charger so I can stream. I call it bi-monthly. Yeah. I don't know. Bi-monthly implies that it's every 2 months. The, I don't know. That's what I get. But you get the point. That 2 episodes every month. And yeah, let's summarize chapter 26. So Uzziah becomes the king, and he does what's right. He's a good king, and he is successful in the war against the Philistines, and he prepared for his army everything that they need, and he withstands the Philistines. But then he comes to burn incense in the house of the Lord, which is only for priests, and because this he becomes a leper, and his leprosy will carry with him forever, and then he dies. And thus Jotham is the new king, which is his son. I still need to tape an episode for May. My original guest had to cancel. Oh, uh, have you had any other people who were interested to tape an episode? Hmm. Charging 12%. Is that your battery percentage, Vista? You got an X-ray and or breathing, it looks like. New emoji. Okay, what's new? Okay, so we're gonna start chapter 27, the reign of Jotham over Judah. Jotham was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name also was Jerusha, the daughter of Zadok, and he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his father Uzziah did. Howbeit he entered not into the temple of the Lord, and the people did yet corruptly. And he built the high gate of the house of the Lord, and on the wall of Ophel he built much. Moreover, he built cities in the mountains of Judah, and in the forest he built castles and towers. He fought also with the king of the Ammonites and prevailed against them. And the children of Ammon, or Ammon, I'm not sure how you pronounce that honestly, gave him the same year 100 talents of silver and 10,000 measures of wheat and 10,000 of barley. So much did the children of Ammon pay unto him, both the second year and the third. So Jotham became mighty because he prepared his ways before the Lord his God. Now the rest of the acts of Jotham and all his wars and his ways, lo, they are written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah. He was 25 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 16 years in Jerusalem. And Jotham slept with his fathers, and he buried him in the city of David. And Ahaz, his son, reigned in his stead. I'll be taping an episode on Thursday with my UK panelists about the latest data breaches and the Gmail support scam. Mm. We often like to educate consumers on how to stay safe from these scams and identify theft attempts. Yeah, um, more on that in just a second. Hey, is that an Among Us emoji? Vista lives? Is that an Among Us emoji? How did you find that? Oh, wow. I had a busy day. I recorded 2 videos in my radio series today. I reissued the Tampa Bay market. Hey, maybe one day Christian will invite Vic Gal and talk about the radio, about these radio stations. I'm not sure um, the markets, for example, and what else? Hmm, hmm. Like next, I'll reissue Los Angeles and San Francisco, and introduce San Diego, Sacramento, and other big markets in California. San Francisco, Los Angeles, definitely. San Diego, Sacramento, San Jose, perhaps. Um, Oakland. Oakland is another place. The Among Us emoji can be made by using the Unicode U plus 0D9E. Wow. I can't believe Microsoft had it. Uh, I can't believe Microsoft included that as part of their system. Wow. Let's see if this works. Function U uh, plus uh, so O 9 or oh crap, I missed it. Oh, San Jose and Oakland are part of San Francisco. Okay, or part of San Francisco. Okay, well there you go. What else? Well, I assume Anaheim is Los Angeles. So, uh, is Santa Monica a part of either? Where is Santa Monica? Let me see. Oh, west of downtown Los Angeles. There you go. It turns out that Columbus, Ohio has a new Spanish station. Let me ask what it's called. You have to use the Alt key and then type the code after it. Okay. U09, or sorry, Alt UD9, or E. Uh-oh. Maybe I have to use function. Oh, sorry. Oh, crap. Open. I don't have the numpad or whatever they call it. The numeric, mm, well, I call it a numpad. It's basic. So I'm pressing Alter, or sorry, Alt, and then UOD9E. Oh well. And then function 0D9E. Try this. 0D9E. What if it's OD9E? Nope. Zero. Oh, sorry. Okay, interesting. I don't have the numpad, so I'm not sure if you need that. Santa Monica is in the Los Angeles area. Yeah. I remember back on FS1, Christine Leahy taped her show, Fair Game, there a few years ago in the house in Santa Monica Beach. She interviewed a lot of prominent sports figures. Oh, she did? Tom Brady, Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, uh, Derek Jeter. Many of these people. Self-destruct. Okay. Just to summarize, chapter 27, Jotham reigns over the kingdom of Judah, and he built cities. We fought the Ammonites, and he gained silver and lots of food. Well, grains to be exact. But let's see. And because he sought the Lord, prepared his ways before the Lord has gone, as is phrased right here. Uh, he was rich, and then he died after reigning 25 years, or sorry, not 25 years. He after reigning 16 years. Wow. See, WXGT 1580 in Columbus and WQCD in Delaware, Ohio, are known as La Grande 929 or 929, and they both have translators on that station. Hmm. Spanish stations in Ohio. Well, to be fair, Columbus, nowhere. Well, Columbus, at least I know, is a. It's not the biggest, but it's sizable, decent size. So yeah. Okay. Let's read chapter 28. First, I want to see how long we've got. We're gonna give it up and read chapter 29. Okay. Soon after, but first chapter 28. Reign of Ahaz. Ahaz was 28 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem. But he did not that which was right in the sight of the Lord, like David his father. For he walked in the ways of the kings of Israel, and made also molten images for Baalim. Moreover, he burnt incense in the valley of the son of Hinnom, and burnt his children in the fire after the abominations of the heathen whom the Lord hath cast out before the children of Israel. He sacrificed also and burnt incense in the high places and on the hills and under every green tree. Wow. I never knew there was a city in Ohio called Delaware. Yeah, it's also the first time I hear about that. Okay, who the heck burns their children? What monster? And this comes months after Irvin one sold 1071 WJYD Circleville, Ohio to new owners. They turned into a Spanish station as well. Wow. Okay. War between Ahaz and Pekah. Wherefore the Lord his God delivered him into the hand of the king of Syria, and they smote him, and carried away a great multitude of them captives, and brought them to Damascus. And he was also delivered into the hand of the king of Israel, who smote him with a great slaughter. For Pekah is the son of Remaliah, slew in Judah 120,000 in one day, which were all valiant men, because they had forsaken the Lord God of their fathers. And Zikri, a mighty man of Ephraim, slew Maaseiah, the king's son, and Nazrakim, the governor of the house, and Elkanah, for that was next to the king. And the children of Israel carried away captive of their brethren 200,000 women, sons, and daughters, and took also away much spoil from them, and brought the spoil to Samaria. But a prophet of the Lord was there, whose name was Oded, and he went out before the host that came to Samaria, and said unto them, Behold, because the Lord God of your fathers has wroth with Judah, he hath delivered them into your hand, and ye have slain them in a rage that reacheth up to heaven. And now ye purpose to keep unto your children of Judah and Jerusalem for bondmen and women unto you. But are there not with you, even with you, sins against the Lord your God? Now hear me therefore, and deliver the captives again, which ye have taken of the which have ye have taken captive of your brethren, for the fierce wrath of the Lord is upon you. Then certain heads of the children of Ephraim, Azariah the son of Johanan, Berechiah the son of Meshillemoth, and Jehezekiah, Jehezekiah, Jehezekiah the son of Shallum, and Amasa the son of Hadalai stood up against them that came from war, and said unto them, Ye shall not bring in the captains hither, for whereas we have offended against the Lord already, ye intend to add more to our sins and to our trespass, for our trespass is great, and there is fear wrath against Israel. So the armed men left the captives and the spoil before the princes and all the congregation. And the men which were expressed by name rose up and took the captives, and with the spoil clothed it was all that were naked among them, and arrayed them, and shod them, and gave them to eat and to drink, and anointed them, and carried all the feeble of them upon asses, and brought them to Jericho, the city of palm trees, to their brethren. Then they returned to Samaria. Are those Teletubbies? Oh crap. Or are those like lizards or dinosaurs? It kind of looks like a Barney the dinosaur, but in different colors. Wow. I'm not sure how Vista gets all these emojis. I want to see if you can get a NFL emoji or NHL or MLB, NBA, whatever it is. I want to see if you can do that. All right. Next, Edomite and Philistine invasions of Judah. At the time did King Ahaz send unto the kings of Assyria to help him. For again the Edomites have come and smitten Judah, and carried away captives. The Philistines also had invaded the cities of the low country and of the south of Judah, and have taken Beth Shemesh and Ajalon and Gederoth and Shoko with the villages thereof, and Timnah with the villages thereof, and Gizmo also and the villages thereof, and they dwelt there. For the Lord brought Judah low because of Ahaz king of Israel, for he made Judah naked and transgressed sore against the Lord. And Tilgath-Pilneser, uh, as king of Assyria, came unto him and distressed him, but strengthened him not. For Ahaz took away a portion of out of the house of the Lord, and out of the house of the king, and out of the princes, and gave it unto the king of Assyria, but he helped him not. And at the time of his distress did he trespass yet more against the Lord. This is that king Ahaz. For he sacrificed unto the gods of Damascus, which smote him, and he said, Because the gods of the kings of Syria helped him, therefore I will sacrifice to them, that they may help me. They were the ruin of him and of Israel. And he has gathered together the vessels of the house of God, and cut in pieces the vessels of the house of God, and shut up the doors uh, of the house of the Lord. And he made him altars in every corner of Jerusalem. And in every several city of Judah he made high places to burn incense unto the gods, and provoked to anger the Lord God of his fathers. Now the rest of his acts and all his ways, first and last, behold, they are written in the book of the kings of Judah and Israel. And he had slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the city, even in Jerusalem. But they brought him not into the sepulchres of the kings of Israel. And Hezekiah, his son, reigned in his stead. Okay, so chapter 28, Ahaz sins against the Lord. He worships other gods, and then Ahaz and Pekah go into war with each other, and then Oded tries to warn him uh, against taking the captives as their own, but instead they live. So instead of taking them as their own captives, they just shelter them, feed them, clothe them, and give them drink. And then Edomites and Philistine invasions of Judah. Ahaz still sins even more in his time of despair. And so during that, the kings of Syria uh, tried he tried to uh, give money, I think, of to the king of Syria, but it was futile, and he tried sacrificing to other gods. And then, yeah, this emoji is a hidden one. You have to type the. Let's try this. The space colon, and then the word awesome. The awesome. What if you put? Oh, there we go. I wonder if there's other applications. There's also an astronaut, and then there's an axe. I couldn't tune in for a couple of days. I was sick. God bless you, Valjeet. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope that you are doing better. Uh, axe. I found an astronaut and uh, almost said tomahawk. An axe. It is. Let me drink more. Ahaz is a bad example of a leader. He is the textbook example of how not to lead. The moment one decides to shun God is the moment that they made one huge mistake. Yeah. We hold ourselves to higher standards than they did in those times and making sure not to turn to other gods. I tried to tune in yesterday but missed the stream by 5 minutes. It's fine. I did have to leave because I was going to study. So there's that. So no worries. No worries. God said, "Thou shalt not have or be any other gods before me." That's right. And if you worship someone else as your God, then the Lord will turn against you. Welcome back, lizard wizard. How's your lizards and your fish and your dogs and your flying squirrels? How's it going? Oh man, that's a little spicy. I'm back. That's what Joey's World Tour used to say. I'm back. And also Vista lives. You're doing good. Awesome. Hmm. Oh, Hezekiah. Hezekiah. What is this? Uh, Flag of yellow flag with Union Jack. What is this country? Niue. Niue. I never heard of that country. It's spelled Niue and it's pronounced Niue. Something like that. I'm not too sure. Mr. Sir, I have a question. Yes, Baljeet. Fire away. What's the question? I'll type it in. Now, give me just a second. Type it in, and I'll read it very soon. All right. Okay, now I have to go to bed. All right, well, Lizard, Wizard, we'll see you on the next one again. Sleep deep, rise and shine bright, and go in peace and seek the love of the Lord. All right. Oh, Niue is part of New Zealand. Oh, really? Is it like a? Oh, it's an island. I was gonna say Iceland. No, it's an island in free association with New Zealand. Huh. It's kind of like Puerto Rico and United States. Yeah, you take care of the lizard wizard, and time you're on, we'll see you. Carl Rock is a famous New Zealander. The only guy that I know for a fact is from New Zealand is that Andy guy who cooks on YouTube. Andy Cooks. Carl Rock from Auckland, New Zealand. What? Okay. Um, I have another question. Yes. Wait. I have another question. Yes. Ask away. What's your question? Can I be a mod, pretty please? Um, I like to wait on that. I'll hold off on adding mods because I don't want like every viewer to be mod, or else this whole mod thing is going to make no sense. But I do appreciate you asking. Definitely, I'll have you in consideration. I'll have everybody who asks in consideration, just as long as they're civilized, respectful, and overall, um, you know, if they're qualified for the job, sure, definitely. But right now, I've got enough mods. Don't worry. Mods only defines um, basically what you do as a mod is you just uh, regulate users. That's all you do. Not much else. More than qualified. It's okay. Maybe one of these days. We'll see. All right, so we're gonna go here to chapter 29. Reign of Hezekiah over Judah. Hezekiah began to reign when he was 5 and 20 years old, and he reigned 9 and 20 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Abijah, the daughter of Zechariah. And he did that which is right in the sight of the Lord, according to all that David his father had done. What's up, Biology? I just like the little wrench, plus I ban bad guys. You are mod on other channels, but them time out if they have flying skulls, aka witchcraft. Nope, I've never been a mod before. Um, look, well, I'll say this: a flying squirrel is a certain species of squirrel. It has nothing to do with witchcraft. Um, oh, it's not like a dream catcher that captures dreams according to them. All right, I'm just gonna keep on reading. Revival under Hezekiah. He, in the first year of his reign, the first month, opened the doors of the house of the Lord and repaired them. And he brought in the priests and the Levites and gathered them together into the east street and said unto them, Hear me, ye Levites, sanctify now yourselves and sanctify the house of the Lord God of your fathers, and carry forth the filthiness out of the holy place. For our fathers have trespassed and done that which is evil in the eyes of the Lord our God, and forsaken him, and have turned away their faces from the habitation of the Lord, and turned their backs. Also they have shut up the doors of the porch, and put out the lamps, and have not burnt incense, nor offered burnt offerings in a holy place unto the God of Israel. Wherefore the wrath of the Lord was upon Judah and Jerusalem, and he hath delivered them to trouble, to astonishment, to hissing, as ye see with your eyes. For, lo, our fathers have fallen by the sword, and our sons and our daughters and our wives are in captivity for this. Now it is in mine heart to make a covenant with the Lord God of Israel, that his fierce wrath may turn away from us. My sons, be not now negligent, for the Lord hath chosen you to stand before him, to serve him, and that ye should minister unto him, and burn incense. Then the Levites arose, Mahath the son of Abisai, and Joel the son of Azariah, of the sons of the Kohathites, and of the sons of Merari, Kish the son of Abdi, and Azariah the son of Jehalelel, and of the Gershonites, Joah the son of Zimmah, and Eden the son of Joah, and of the sons of Elizaphan, Shimri and Jael, and of the sons of Asaph, Zechariah and Mattaniah, and of the sons of Heman, Jehiel and Shimei, and of the sons of Jeduthun, Shemaiah and Uzziel. And they gathered their brethren and sanctified themselves and came according to the commandment of the king by the words of the Lord to cleanse the house of the Lord. And the priests went into the inner part of the house of the Lord to cleanse it, and brought out all the uncleanness that they found in the temple of the Lord into the court of the house of the Lord. And the Levites took it to carry it out abroad into the brook Kidron. Now they began on the first day of the first month to sanctify it, and on the 8th day of the month they came to the porch of the Lord. So they sanctified the house of the Lord in 8 days. And in the 16th day of the first month they made an end. And they went into Hezekiah the king and said, We have cleansed all the house of the Lord, and the altar of burnt offering, with all the vessels thereof, and the showbread table, and with all the vessels thereof. Moreover, all the vessels which King Ahaz did rain cast away in his transgression, we have prepared and sanctified in the whole. They are before the altar of the Lord. All right. Uh, and wizardry. I had a nightmare. No dream catcher would be able to solve that. Yeah. Uh, hey, Christian, I follow this channel, YouTube. Age on Air. I found a station for ESPN, 97.5, and its signal is now on KVXX HD2. Yes, I'm subbed to that channel as well. ESPN K97.5 is simulcasting on KVXX HD2. That's strange, being that they don't share the ownership. Okay, well, we're good. So, here we go. The temple worshipped restored. It's a little bit more than half a page and a half, or uh, a half and 1/4, 3/4, rather. Okay, so here's the temple worship restored. And this will be the last section of the Bible we'll read, and we will go. The temple worship restored. Then Hezekiah the king rose early and gathered the rulers of the city and went up to the house of the Lord. And they brought 7 bullocks and 7 rams and 7 lambs and 7 he goats for a sin offering for the kingdom and for the sanctuary and for Judah. And he commanded the priests of the sons of Aaron to offer them on the altar of the Lord. So they killed the bullocks, and the priests received the blood, and sprinkled it on the altar. Likewise, when they had killed the rams, they sprinkled the blood upon the altar. They sprinkled also the lambs, and they sprinkled the blood upon the altar. And they brought forth the he goats for the sin offering before the king and the congregation, and they laid their hands upon them. And the priests killed them, and they made great conciliation with their blood upon the altar to make an atonement for all Israel. For the king commanded that the burnt offering and the sin offering should be made for all Israel. And he set the Levites in the house of the Lord with cymbals and psalteries and with harps, according to the commandment of David, and of Gad the king's seer, and Nathan the prophet. For so was the commandment of the Lord by his prophets. And the Levites stood with the instruments of David, and the priests with the trumpets. And Hezekiah commanded to offer the burnt offering upon the altar. And when the burnt offering began, the song of the Lord began also with the trumpets and with the instruments ordained by David, king of Israel. And all the congregation worshipped, and the singers sang, and the trumpet sounded, and all this continued until the burnt offering was finished. And when they had made an end of offering, the king and all that were present with him bowed themselves in worship Moreover, Hezekiah, the king and the princes, commanded the Levites to sing praise unto the Lord with the words of David and of Asaph the seer. And they sang praises with gladness, and they bowed their heads and worshipped. And Hezekiah answered and said, Now ye have consecrated yourselves unto the Lord. Come near and bring sacrifices and thank offerings into the house of the Lord. And the congregation brought in sacrifices and thank offerings, and as many as were of a free heart burnt offerings. And the number of the burnt offerings which the congregation brought was 60 bullocks, 100 rams, and 200 lambs. All of these were for a burnt offering to the Lord. And the consecrated things were 600 oxen and 3,000 sheep. But the priests were too few, so that they could not flay all the burnt offerings. Wherefore their brethren the Levites did help them, till the work was ended, and until the other priests had sanctified themselves. For the Levites were more upright in heart to sanctify themselves than the priests. And also the burnt offerings were in abundance, with the fat of the peace offerings and the drink offerings for every burnt offering. So the service of the house of the Lord was set in order. And Hezekiah rejoiced, and all the people, that God had prepared the people for the thing was done suddenly. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Tomorrow we're going to read 31 and 32. And then the next day, mm, we'll read the rest of the book of Chronicles. Hold on. Yeah, tomorrow is Wednesday. So on Thursday, we'll finish up the book of the second Chronicles or two Chronicles, whatever you like to call it. And yeah, chapter 30, we'll start tomorrow. And just to summarize chapter 29, Hezekiah comes in and he fixes all that was evil. So what he did is he took the Levites and then he instructs them to go minister unto the Lord. And then they brought sin offerings for the kingdom. And then they restore, or sorry, the Levites also have cleansed the house of the Lord and repaired it as well. And thus, after this, the entire house of the Lord and all the people, the Levites, were in rejoice. All right, folks. Let's see what's going on. KBXX is owned by Urban One, and KFNC ESPN 97.5 is now owned, or sorry, it is owned by Gal Media. Or this is a bit strange considering that KFNC is owned by Gal Media and KBXX is owned by Urban One. KBXX is a hip hop station with a 100,000 watt signal. Just look it up on Wikipedia. Yeah, KTXN in Victoria, which is Jack FM, is also 100,000 watts. KFNC and KHJK were both lost by Cumulus during their bankruptcy. They had the option to buy them back, but Go outbid them for KFNC, hence why they own it today. Go is locally based in Houston. The old SV station radio was HQ there, or headquartered there. Cumulus Media is, I don't know what's happening, but they're probably going to have to go into bankruptcy or something. At least that's based on what I heard. Man, okay, now that school's over, I really want to, I want to see now if Jack FM will do something for me to restore some kind of excitement. Because they have not done anything special uh, since well, I guess you could say January 1st when they played their New Year's stuff. 98.7 themselves though. I got well, Christmas they had a few songs from Bad Company and Aerosmith, live versions and album versions, but anyways, let's see. I also didn't know that KVST was owned by Cumulus. New Wavo Communications sold it to Cumulus in the 2000s, and then they reacquired it in the early 2010s and still own it. New Wavo sold it to Cumulus only for Cumulus to sell it back to New Wavo. KHJK is the sister station of KBXX. Odyssey is most likely going to eat Cumulus for dinner. That or Apollo spins off Cox and merges it with Cumulus. Yeah, I don't know how Cumulus is still in business. They're not going to survive on their own. They either have to be bought out or auf Wiedersehen, as the Germans say, or rather off Niver Wiedersehen. And KHJK is owned by EMF. You unbelievable! If you get what I mean by that song, you get bonus points. Hold on just a moment. That's it. No. We have returned. Mitch might do a video about the NFL schedule tomorrow. Hey, Mitch should probably go live for that. He probably should go live and just witness the whole schedule release. I'm sorry, I was thinking KMJQ. Oh, okay. iHeart certainly can't acquire Cumulus. In fact, they were both cousins at one point due to Bain Capital owning both of them once. I thought maybe you were thinking of KHPT, which is owned by Irvin One, acquired from Cox. I love that song. I was nine when that song came out. Yeah, it was released in 1990 and made by the British band. Uh, Hopefully, you can figure out, you know, where it came from. Oh, there's my monitor. Hey, yeah, hey, monitor. Uh, Put that right there for the moment. I'm just, you know, getting started on my new overlay, folks. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, Midge should certainly go live for the NFL release, schedule release. All right, I'll just put that there. Thomas H. Lee Partners and Vane both bought out Clear Channel back in 2009, and they had to spin off a lot of stations. Thomas Lee owned Univision, so this complicated things too. Wow, Univision. The whole company that runs Univision is now bought, owned officially by Grupo Televisa from Mexico. Can you believe that? You see, Univision, whenever they did their Mexican soccer games, they, oh goodness, got some breaking news. The news just came on and they're talking about this wildfire that just sparked in eastern Arizona. Uh, I hope everybody is safe there. I mentioned before that in Houston, Clear Channel was ordered to divest KLOL in either KTVZ or KHMX, and they chose to get rid of KHMX, most likely due to its similarity to 99 Sunny 99.1, due to the Bain and Thomas Lee deal. Prayers for those in Eastern Arizona. Or Arizona. Yes, indeed. So far, about 3,500 acres have been burnt, and it destroyed multiple brains. Uh, that does not sound good. Dear Father, I pray to you to rescue those affected by the fires down in eastern Arizona, and for those injured or passed away, may you bring their families comforts by way of health or blessings. Amen. It's near the town of Greer. Yeah, that's not good. First, you have the California fires. Well, actually, no. It's either Canada or New York. I think it's the Canadian fires, and then you have fires down in California, and I think Texas also had fires of their own. And now East Arizona, Greer, specifically experiencing some of the effects of the fires. That's not good. Definitely not good. Hmm. In case you're wondering what I'm holding here, it's a pack of Portuguese eucalyptus soap, goat's milk soap. I saw this at my local, well, in Victoria, their local Ross outlet. So there it is. Vane has owned way too much to over the years. They own Domino's, Dunkin', Burlington, Jim Bory. Guitar Center, Burger King, Michaels, Toys R Us, etc. Private equity is evil. Well, if private equity is that bad, well, at least uh, I can't say much about that, but uh, that says a lot about Vanguard. Uh, what else? BlackRock and State Street, or whatever those top three companies are. If anything, Mix 96.5 to shift into a top 40 direction, possibly take listeners from KRBC. You think so, Vika? Yeah, my top 40 station, I think it's top 40. Make that KRBE. Okay, KRBE. KRBE it is. Um, what I'll say about Q92, which is in Victoria, uh, it's a top 40. Man, it's pretty boring because they play like the same songs every hour or every 2 hours. I'm not sure. Maybe that's all they can play really, but I don't know, man. It's pretty bland. Big Al Williams, it would make sense for them. Back when Odyssey was CBS, they had KKHH Hot 95.7, which is now 95.7 The Spot. They haven't owned a top 40 station since 2017. Oh, and now we have this Italian goat milk soup with oatmeal, also from Ross. Hot 95.7 lasted from 2008 to 2017. I think Houston needs a competing top 40. Houston top 40 radio. Well, KRBE is also known as Houston's number one hit station. Contemporary hits. KQBT with a B as in boy. Apparently, that's a top 40 owned by iHeartMedia. Oh, well, it's urban contemporary. Oh, well. Sunny 99 won in a way competes because they have a lot of top 40 songs on their playlists. Yeah, although there's also a majority of songs from the 80s and the 90s. They're also there. I never seen those goat milk soaps before. I wonder if they are good for acne. Um, perhaps. They do. Milk. Milk, I believe, carries some fat in it, so I'm not sure if that would affect it. KRBE is Cumulus's lone station in Houston. If Odyssey acquires Cumulus, they will be back in the top 40 business Houston wise, and it will give them five FM stations, which is the legal limit. Is 93.7 to beat a 100,000 watt station as well? Let's look at it. 93.7 the beat. Let's see. Yep, 100,000 watts. That is the one. Yeah. About these soaps, I actually think that Dr. Squatch, particularly those with grit, would help. Like, I would understand if you can't use a lot of grit soaps, for sensitive skin. If it's too sensitive, then I guess I would get something else. But for me, I have tough skin. I definitely get pine tar soap from Dr. Squatch. There's also goat's milk and salt, I think. Well, there's goat's milk there. Goat milk and oatmeal, I guess. Anything with grit works for me. If Cox acquired Cumulus, it would return them to Houston, but they would only have one station. And honestly, I don't know why Cox didn't consider Houston to be a viable market for them anymore. I don't know why they exited here. That's cool that Houston has two 100,000 watt hip hop stations. It's a distinction most markets don't have. Oh man. You know what? Uh, I'm not an expert in radio markets, but I will say I'll mention a station that used to be something. Um, Club Tejano 1069 KLUB in Victoria. Um, it used to be called Club Classic Rock 1069, but they switched to Tejano music. So instead, I'm not even sure if they have any any rock, classic rock, for that matter, in Victoria. I don't think they have a rock station anymore, or classic rock. I don't even know. I don't think they have one anymore. Victoria doesn't. They have a classic hit station, which I think rates poorly, but still one of my favorites. And they have Jack FM. They've got what else? KIXX, uh, Kix 108 Country. They have 93.3 The Wolf, another country station that works in Port Lavaca, all the way from Victoria. Big Al, uh, what I've been curious of is why uh, the hip hop community in Houston is pretty large, so the two big powerhouse stations needed city grade signals. I'm pretty shocked that Cox decided to leave the Houston market, but I think Cox owns Fox or Fox stations in San Antonio. Fox Fox stations. Big Al. What I've heard, what I've been curious about is why Cox have left Houston. Few of their four station had high ratings. Yeah, they were doing very well there. Oh, I don't know. Might be cost of maintenance, uh, maybe royalties, depending on what music they played. Uh, maybe a lack of sponsorships. Ratings doesn't always guarantee success, and it might have been uh, for some reason or another. Cox was well on its way to acquire KHOU because they almost merged with Tegna, but they instead decided to exit the market instead. Yikes. Yeah, lots of stuff happening right there. Yeah, here in Victoria, the new country market is top notch. Even classic country also worth listening to. The new country is what every kid listens to nowadays here in the Crossroads area, the coastal area, Victoria, Port Lavaca, Goliad, Cuero, Refugio, perhaps. Well, it's really, uh, I'm not sure. But regardless, what else? Edna, Inez, Seadrift, Port O'Connor. They'll be listening either through 93.3 The Wolf or to Kicks 108. Yeah, Town Square Media is a smaller market company, so it won't be able to compete. So it's not directly competing with iHeart or Cumulus or Alpha Media or Odyssey. The two hip hop stations in Detroit's 97.9 WJLB and WGPR Hot 107.5 are both 50,000 watts. In Houston, 93Q, 92.9 KKBQ plays both classic and new country. Being that Country Legends 97.1, now on 92.9 HD2, is their sister station. It's no shocker they were sharing playlists. I'm not sure how rated Classic Rock 1069 was in Victoria, but I don't know. Kind of wish they had remained in Victoria instead of just switching to Club Tejano. 1051 The Bounce, which is classic hip hop, is also 50,000 watts. Classic hip hop. That's a new one. They have a playlist that I can listen to, or not listen to, but uh, look look at. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, oh crap. No, we're not dealing with that. As mentioned before, Urban One sold KTHT 97.1 to EMF. Unbelievable! And moved the Country Legends format to 92.9 HD2. Sold the signal, but kept the format. I oh, no, 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 no. The two songs of what is technically now yesterday, Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. The two songs of the day are Duran Duran, A View to a Kill, and The Beatles, Twist and Shout. And those are the two songs of the day, which reminds me I have to check on Kite and see how it's doing. Oh, crap. It's doing all right. I wish Kite would get a website already and stream online. Well, uh, they're more of a community type of organization. Victoria Radio Works is, so they're not exactly the biggest. Here's a good question. Do you think there's too many non-commercial stations on the commercial band on FM? Um, right now, non-commercial? I don't think so. I don't really see much commercial or non-commercial stations, from at least from what I can gather. I don't. So I'd say no. Although sometimes 93.3 or actually 93.3 The Wolf on weekdays from 9 to noon, they play nonstop country. So there's that. Now, as for Kite, um, if that happens, they would also have to create a website for uh, 93.3 The Wolf, which is New Country, KVIC, which I believe is uh, a hits station. Or, I forgot. KVIC FM Hit Radio 1047. And then KVNN is obviously news, so you don't have to worry about that. And then K Bar, which is classic country. We have creative playlist for that, for a website for that. The reason I'm asking is because countries like EMF, Unbelievable, and BBN are taking commercial spectrum and turning these stations non-commercial. Real? How do they get funded then? Do they just, I don't know, uh, like, do they even announce sponsors or anything? Strange. Um, at least from what I can see, I don't get a bunch of non-commercial stations. It's actually pretty rare to see those non-commercial stations. Hello, Christian. Oh, Mr. Shea, how's it going? God bless you. Welcome in. VCY America, the broadcaster from Milwaukee, purchased a former ESPN radio station in Dallas on 1033 and turned it non-commercial. Hmm. I want to see what happens now in those non-commercial stations. What's good? I'm doing well, Mr. Shea. Thanks for joining in. I'm sorry, folks, that you know what? I just cannot help myself, and I really love these soaps. This is from Italy, this whole package, and this one's from Portugal. And they were in the outlet store, Ross outlet store. Yeah. What else should I say? Well, right after I got home, I went straight to watch on my TV the Dallas Stars game at Dallas taking on the Winnipeg Jets. So, for those of y'all who watched that, I just wanted to say congratulations to the Stars on their third win against the Jets. Surely they're going to put out their best, hopefully, and take this series. Like, obviously, I'm not going to say it's going to happen just yet. Uh, we have to wait for the win to process first. We don't want a situation like the Bruins choking their 3-1 lead against the Panthers a few years back. EMF purchased WPLJ in New York and WRQX in Washington D.C. and WAAF in Boston, among other stations, and it made it non-commercial. Now I wonder, uh, how do those stations get funded? Is it like donation wise or something? Go Stars. Yep, exactly. I've started to say this now, but to me, the Stars goal horn, it reminds me of a humming microwave. I don't know why. The sound of it just sounds like home. Ever since 2007, I've been familiarized with that uh, horn, and yeah, I can't really. They are non-profit stations that are listener funded. KSBJ is also listener funded as well. Oh, really? Okay. So I guess it's some kind of donation based uh station. Interesting. Bum, 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 ba, da, 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 dum, dum, da, 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 da. Man, when I was driving in Victoria, and I think it's donation driven. Okay, okay, so there you go. KSVJ is also one of the top 10 stations in Houston, so they have a lot of support. Hey, that's awesome. Awesome to hear. Slightly worried there that they're going to be able to sustain themselves, but if you say they're based on donations, then surely they have some sustainability right there. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Victoria. I was driving, and after taking that chemistry exam, I decided to go up north to, I guess, the commercial area, the mall area, and decided to go. First, I had to buy some shoes for my grandma. Her feet are swollen, so she had to have something bigger than it would have to be normally. So I did that, and then I decided to. First, I was going to try to dine at that Mexican restaurant near Academy Sports and Outdoors, but it was closed down. Like there was literally nothing in there. So I think there's no tenant there. I'm not sure what happened. Anyways, so I settled on Olive Garden just because I haven't been there in ages. And it was all right. It's good. The chicken and gnocchi soup I enjoy, and I'm not saying these are any particular Italian traditional, um, or they're fully favorite. They're fully Italian. Obviously, it's Italian American. Breadsticks were all right. The chicken and gnocchi I highly recommend. The lasagna frita was amazing. The freaking what else? Oh yeah, the fried calamari I enjoyed. It was a plethora of calamari, and I couldn't finish either sides by myself, nor could I finish the lasagna that I ordered as the main course. Heck, I couldn't. I probably couldn't even have finished dessert. What else? Well, I didn't order dessert. I just didn't even ask for it. Town Square Media needs to launch their own streaming app. That way we can listen to their stations everywhere. Well, Big Al, I have a link for you if you want to listen to Jack FM online. It's online, but see if you can do that. You just click on that link and then go to sites and then autoplay has been disabled by your browser. Click here to start playback and it plays the station. It may play an ad, but it'll give you the feed to the station. How about that? Olive Garden, uh, their rigatoni is pretty good. I always have them make it snow Parmesan cheese on it. Yeah, I need to try rigatoni one day. That's one pasta shape I haven't tasted yet. I didn't know they had fried calamari. I remember having fried calamari at Joe's Crab Shack 10 years ago, and I must say I was pleased. Oh yeah. Um, what I will say is that if you prefer saltier foods, it might not be for you. Because I don't like a lot of salt, I like them. The calamari had enough balance. It could be a little bit more flavorful, but it was definitely good. It was awesome. The perfect crisp batter and some herbs. I loved it. It's one of my favorite things to eat there. And the fried lasagna or the lasagna frita. It's one of my it's another one of my favorite sides. I'd say probably second or first. I'm not sure. It's a toss up, really. So definitely would like to order calamari. Or I actually want to make calamari one day and see what it tastes like when I make it. What else? Um, hmm. I think that the lasagna, I will say, I wish it had a bit more tomatoey flavor for what it's worth. Actually, they use a meat sauce for it's how in Italy they use a type of meat sauce that uh, that's pretty different from what they serve at Olive Garden. Fun fact about Olive Garden, they used to serve pizza back in the day, and the chefs invented their breadsticks by reusing their unused pizza dough. Unused pizza dough that they didn't want to just toss. Hey, that's useful. So while you can say whatever about the breadsticks, at least they're putting it to good use. I'm sorry, you know, I just cannot get over the fact that Dairy Queen, a company founded in Illinois and headquartered in Minnesota, is regarded as this Texan company. I like their breadsticks, but they would be even better if they give marinara dipping sauce with them. I agree. Either that or, in fried calamari, you get like this ranch sauce with sriracha or ketchup. I'm not even sure. It's orange for some reason. It tastes like ranch. Olive Garden. I think it's an aioli, but it doesn't look like an aioli to me. Spicy ranch. Spicy my dog. Spicy my dog. Bulk of Dairy Queen's locations, I believe, are in Texas or were at one point. I've loved DQ's chocolate sundaes since I was a kid. Still taste the same. Banana splits are fire too. In fact, in my novel, a major scene takes place at a Dairy Queen in Houston. Oh, so they're successful in Texas, so that's why. Okay, okay, interesting. Out of all the places they've been to, and Texas would be the most successful and the biggest hit, despite not being from there. It's like Matthew Stafford. He was born in Florida, but was raised in Texas, I believe. I think he was raised in Texas, right? Got it on my phone. They're playing Renegade by Styx. Oh, yeah. I forgot to say. 98.7 Jack FM also has their very own app that you can install on your phone. It's if you go to their website, which is 987jack.com, you can follow the instructions and you can you can definitely check that out if you'd like to. They have their own app. Dairy Queen at one point was hotly successful in small rural Texas towns, but sadly that is not the case anymore, and many of those small town locations have been closing. Drafts. I guess it's like a niche type of deal. Like Dairy Queen was filling a niche in certain places, which reminds me, there's one on the way to Arkansas or oh no, not Arkansas. What's it called? On the way to Rockport. What's that town called? Tivoli or Tivola? I'm not too sure. It's that place near Port Lavaca and near Refurio if you go to 77, but it's between Rockport and Port Lavaca. I have no idea how to pronounce that. It looks like Tivoli, but it's I've heard my dad pronounce it Tivola, and then I look on Jack and it also says Tivola. I have no clue. DQ was stereotypically known as the spot all the kiddie sport teams went to after their games. Oh yeah, I was at the Y uh, when I was a little kid. Um, After we won our soccer games, which was what I was playing, we had a DQ. We had a soft serve cone, and it was amazing. Brought me all the way back when I was a kid. And just like how Luby's is stereotypically known as a place all the elderly people go after their doctor's appointments. Dang. Similarly, Golden Corral and Ryan's are both stereotypically known as for being the after church lunch places. Wow, I didn't know that. I think of McDonald's, Sonic, Wendy's, and maybe Burger King, I'm not sure, as like those places that people go after work or during lunch hours. I'm not too sure. Just trying to put that into perspective. Or maybe for breakfast before work. Yes, I go. Yeah. Oh. Um, Now, one question. And I might answer this. What restaurants would you go on a Friday or Saturday night to? I guess Chili's, Chipotle, I don't know, Chipotle, maybe not. Chili's, Texas Roadhouse, Tokyo Grill, Yamato. On my back from Brookshire, I stopped at a Love's truck stop that had an Arby's in it, and I had lunch slash dinner there. People hate Arby's, but I love their beef and cheddar sandwich. Arby's, we've got the meats. That commercial had been invading the TV since like, I'm not too sure, 2021 or maybe a year later. On Friday or Saturday, I recommend really anything similar to those places you mentioned: Golden Corral, Texas Roadhouse, etc. Longhorn, Ruth, Chris, Sony's, uh, what else? Olive Garden. Um, I what other stereotypes can you think of in terms of restaurants? Now I'm curious. We've got the 2014. Wow. So it's been going on longer than I thought. That's actually crazy as we hit the 2 hour mark. No way. 2014. So Like 11 years of we've got the meats. No darn way. Hmm. McDonald's is stereotypically known as a hangout for high school kids. Oh yeah, I can imagine that. Well, McDonald's you also used to have that playgrounds inside the restaurant, which I enjoyed. 1065jack.com. That's for Kalamazoo, Michigan, or yeah, Michigan. Awesome. Let me just take that and paste it. Denise is stereotypically known for being an out of towners tourist spot. Wow. out of out of towner? Wow, that's crazy. McDonald's no longer considers kids their target market anymore. Uh, they focus on teens, young adults, and adults in general. Hence why they got rid of the play places in Ronald McDonald's. Yeah, and he was like, "Hey yo, can I just get my Big Mac while I'm in the drive-through?" And then they go and they just leave. Not heck. Maybe McDonald's becomes a drive-through based restaurant instead of a dine-in because not even their dine-ins are worth entering at this point. Even right after they got rid of their playhouse or play places, they used to have like those screens where you can play games on there, like a football game where you throw passes and score touchdowns. Red Lobster is stereotypically known for selling overpriced frozen Van de Camp seafood. Wow. That's very specific. Van de Camp. It's a Dutch name, right? Oh my goodness. Overpriced frozen. Oh goodness, that was good. That was great. I went to Texas Roadhouse on Sunday. What you have there? Bacon cheeseburger and steak fries. Yeah. Uh, I wish I went to Roadhouse instead. Texas Roadhouse. Whataburger is stereotypically known as being the best burger in the world, according to Texans. That one I can believe. I can believe that stereotype. Red Lobster is sus, just saying. I personally love Red Lobster's fish and chips and their popcorn shrimp. Doesn't matter to me where they get it from. I used to have Red Lobster in Victoria, but unfortunately they closed for their unlimited shrimp or something. I'm not even sure what it was. Yeah, you pay this amount and you get unlimited shrimp or something. And suddenly it all went down to crap. And their Cheddar Bay biscuits are pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I prefer Church's honey biscuits or honey butter biscuits or whatever they're called. I prefer Church's biscuits, but Red Lobster's biscuits aren't good. I personally am a huge Whataburger fanatic. The Dr. Pepper shakes they sometimes have is fire. Okay, now you got me craving some Dr. Pepper. So, Texans checklist. Uh, Whataburger, Dr. Pepper, what else? A&M or UT for your college football. Texans or Cowboys as your NFL team. Dallas Stars, and then Mavs or Rockets, and then uh, for MLB Astros, Rangers. Uh, what else? HEV. Uh, Prince Yahoshua ben Israel said hi. God bless you, Prince Yahoshua ben Israel. How's it going? And yes, my in my novel, me and Chrissy stop at a Whataburger at one point during the novel. I wonder if she drinks any Dr. Pepper or has Whataburger. Wendy's never freezes their burgers. Big reason why I go there. Oh man, I forgot about their Baconator. I wish I could try the Baconator. And Whataburgers, Dr. Pepper, Shipley's, Daco Cabana, Luby's, Pancho's, HEB, Dairy Queen, Grammys are all reasons to never move from Texas. Yep, they're heck. Texas has its own culture pretty much that even if it's separated from the United States, it, it would be easily identifiable. That's not it. Or I don't know. I mean to say that Texas has a culture like none other, that you could easily classify it as another country, or at least it looks like it. And they make their square burgers because it helps them fit more burgers on a grill. Wow, didn't know that. Shalom, brother. Thank you. Anytime. It's going ha ha ha. Shalom, my brother. That's a traditional greeting. Uh, that they said back in Bible times. So, yeah. Shalom, my friend. Uh, I would add Black Eyed Pea to the. Oh, but they're no. They're only in Arlington, though. Uh, maybe the Cowboys will go there after every game. They even have a breakfast baconator. Yeah. Oh man, I shouldn't have gone to Olive Garden then. I should have. I should have gone to Wendy's. Dave Thomas knew what efficiency in fast food was about. Making the burgers square helped increase their output quite a bit plus versus other chains. Yep. Um, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't doesn't Square not Square White Castle do they also have square patties? I was looking at a video and they poke like five holes on the patty on these small sliders, and they s- they put some rehydrated onions in there and grill them, and put the patty on top of them and let it steam, and the buns there. Well, it's really the two halves of the rolls that they steam, and that's what they do. And he was a visionary in the fast food industry. Now, is Dave Thomas still alive? Or did he die? Dave Thomas. Oh, he died in 2002. Hmm. So you can maybe say that Dave Thomas uh, is like the Colonel Sanders of the burger industry. Yes, square patties are a hallmark of White Castle. Anyway, I think they were the first ever fast food chain in the United States. When Whataburger was founded, the founder, Harmon Dobson, wanted to make a burger so huge people would say, "What a burger!" Yeah, it's even bigger than the Big Mac, or wider at least. The radius of the burger is much bigger. Arby's, Burger King, and Jack in the Box are criminally underrated. I love Jack in the Box. Their curly fries are my favorite, to be honest with you. The seasoning they put on that is top notch, and their burgers are awesome. As for Arby's, I've tried it once and it's fine. Uh, I have to taste more burgers of them right after I get done with this diet. This diet is really what prevents me from tasting all the food. And Burger King, we go there as well, and their fries are awesome, and their burger is pretty good as well. And yeah, the Big Mac and Whataburger are not even the same. Like they're not. Whataburger's so good. I love how big their burgers are. And this is why all of us in Texas consider Whataburger a national treasure. They are fired. They are indeed fired. Harmon Dobson, the founder, entrepreneur. Oh, he died in 1967 in LaPorte, Texas. He's from Oklahoma. Hmm. Oh, he died after taking off from an airport in LaPorte. He was heading for Victoria, Texas. Wow, that's unfortunate. Mm. Grace Dobson uh, was encouraged to sell, but she refused to sell it. But now they're owned by BDT and MSD. I'm not going to say too much. Oh, Bluebell. Bluebell also. And as a Michigander living in Arizona, I second their sentiment. I love. I haven't tried Bluebell in a while, but they're that go-to ice cream that you can always find here in Texas. Baljeet, Baljeet. I mean, welcome back. Bluebell mint chocolate chip is so good. Hmm. I want to see if they come with I don't know. And don't forget that their vanilla ice cream is also great too. Vanilla is my favorite. It just is. Are you gonna be alone? hold on. HEB. Oh, Bucky's. Bucky's is also a part of Texas culture. Speedy Stop is popular here in the coast. Who has the best fries in fast food? Um, that's a great question. I'd say Jack in the Box and their curly fries are my favorite. It's I'm gonna go see if flying squirrels are actually real. Okay, you go check that then. It's a tie between Wendy's, McDonald's, or Checkers Rallies. Hmm. Okay. Wonder if Five Guys also gets in the conversation, perhaps. Now, if you're the person like Tom Grossi who's now going to be in Wisconsin, you're gonna get to see a lot of Culver's. I've been to Culver's once and it was real good. Arby's curly fries are pretty good. Please forgive me, I'm an Arby's fanatic. Arby's and Jack in the Box are awesome. Their fries are awesome. Flying squirrels are real. Yep, they are real. And he's crying about it. Okay. Um, I love curly fries, to tell you the truth. I went to Culver's one in the Woodlands. Their ice cream is great. Yeah, I really love their any place that has frozen custard is amazing. Even Freddy's. I'll say my local Freddy's, their fault is that their cheese curds are too oily and the oil doesn't even taste good. And then there's their hamburger buns, they don't exactly taste the best. And the burger is kind of bland to be honest. But otherwise it's good. All are good. Burger King has good fries, and Carl's Jr.'s almost tastes like McDonald's. What's your thoughts on Chick-fil-A? Today, when I stopped at Arby's at Love's truck stop, I had a deluxe roast beef with jalapeno poppers. Arby's, we have the meats. Arby's is like the most hated of fast food, but I love them. I don't understand the hot hate they get. I guess, I don't know. They must not like a lot of meat there. Uh, well, either that or there's too much meat. I don't know. I need Arby's any day. What y'all talking about? We're talking about fast food chains right now. I worked for Arby's back in Dayton. Wow. How was Arby's? Or maybe the service, fast food service could be another factor. I can't really say since I have been to Arby's, but they were pretty good. Well, I've been Arby's once, and they were good. Chick-fil-A rocks. I always get the buffalo chicken ranch or chicken sausage or sandwich, excuse me. I'm not even tired, and yet I'm fumbling words. And douse it in their buffalo and ranch dressing. Then I use both sauces for the fries plus the Chick-fil-A sauce. I remember when Arby's had baked potatoes on the menu. Really? Baked potatoes? Wow. Hot takes. Burger King crispy, salty fries and spicy nuggets. Spicy nuggets. The spicy nuggets at Wendy's are awesome. I used to take home Philly subs with extra cheese and curly fries after every shift. Curly fries are one of my biggest weaknesses. If you give me curly fries, I'll gobble them up. I love their baked potatoes. Same. I will say about Whataburger, their fries, I enjoy eating them. But if you're a person who prefers saltier foods, it might not be the most saltiest for you. But I do love them. But I could see why people would avoid them. Sorry, I had to get that there. Uh, in Houston, we have a local fast food place that is uh, really expensive called Beck's Prime. Grilled steak burgers, the best in the world, and canned cut fries, the best in the world, hands down. Burger King got spicy nuggets too. They are tender and spicy, so I love them. Ball Jeets. Did you ever try their ghost pepper nuggets? Chick-fil-A's waffle fries are underrated. I've tried it once and I was kind of shocked. It's nicely salted, it's crisp, and amazing. So, Chick-fil-A is definitely on my list. I think so. They were some like that. Okay. There's something like that. Hmm. I tried a salad from Chick-fil-A and I loved it. My phone gonna die? Well, ball jeet. I'll let you charge your phone, and if you can't make it, don't worry about me. You go take care of yourself, my friend. This is this the latest you streamed? I've streamed until 3, I think, one time. Uh, yeah, it's pretty late, but it doesn't matter as much since school is over, so that's great for me. Ironically, there was public outcry when it was rumored they wanted to switch to regular fries. Oh, okay, you're gonna charge it. That's good. I wouldn't hate regular fries, but uh, I mean, Chick-fil-A at this point is signature uh, for their waffle fries, and I'll respect that. Honestly, it's not quite my favorite geometry of fries, but I can see I can see why it's famous. And they taste good, so it's another plus. All this food is crazy unhealthy, but it's crazy addicting. Yeah, it is addicting. It wouldn't shock me if Cumulus was purchased by Odyssey. It wouldn't shock me either. I love the wedgie fries they had at KFC. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Keep fumbling words. I wasn't too pleased uh uh when they switched to regular fries. They Dale won't switch to regular fries, and yeah. Asfa Ahmed, how's it going, my friend? I do remember you, Mr. Sir. Can we get a room tour? Sure. Actually, first, before I give you a room tour, let me just take care of a few things. I'm gonna put this there. I definitely see it. And to me, the most addicting fast food item ever invented is the red beans and rice from Popeyes. Oh, you love their red beans and rice? I love the little pie they give you sometimes. Sometimes when we had chicken from Popeyes after high school football, they would give us a little pie. Oh, thank you, Baljeet. Uh, yeah, mac and cheese is also awesome. Yes, I remember you, Asfa. I remember you. Let me take care of this. I'm gonna take care of some stuff from my room, and then we'll get. I tried their red beans and rice when I was like 4 or 5 years old and have been addicted ever since. I think, wow, then I really must try their beans and rice one day. I think Cumulus will be a company of the past by this time next year if all goes well. Yeah, they're gonna be bought out. Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Uh, they can't survive anymore. Popeyes have the best chicken. I'll never go back to KFC. Yeah. I mean, Colonel Sanders one time in the 1970s, he said that the fried chicken they were making at one of the KFCs was the worst he's ever seen. And also the fact that the what's it called? The mashed potatoes are just wallpaper paste with sludge or something like that. And the coleslaw uh, with mayonnaise or some turned gray and just should be cabbage instead of with carrots. Especially, I agree. Since the spicy chicken, Churches is also a close second in my book. Same here. Um, and KFC, by the way, he also called their new crispy chicken recipe back in the day a fried dough ball on a stick. Wow. Um, what else? Churches. That's the one I go to. Church's Chicken is my go-to place for chicken. It's pretty fatty and unhealthy, but it is kind of like that comfort food that I enjoy every once in a while. What else? A lot of people love Bush's chicken. Here in Port Lavaca, we have Bush's chicken, which is mostly chicken tender. It's like churches, but more homeboy style, I would say. They're headquartered in Waco, Texas. What do y'all think of Bush's chicken if y'all been there? One thing all of these chicken chains have in common is they use fake mashed potato base. Uh-oh. No real potatoes. I mean, it's smoother, but I want to get a little bit of grain in my potatoes. I remember when KFC had potato wedges. Duncan McGrady had it made. Right, I mentioned them earlier. I miss them. I haven't had potato wedges since high school. I think that was when they had potato wedges. They served them with their burgers. I've never eaten Bush's chicken before. I know there is one next door from the Grammys in Victoria. Well, If you do see a Bush's chicken, let me know how it is. The mashed potatoes they use is no different than the instant mashed potatoes they sell in boxes at every grocery store. See, hmm, that's crazy. I never thought that they would have that. Um, that's actually kind of crazy to see that. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm, hmm. Bush's Chicken was founded in 1996 by Keith and Charlene Bush. Their mascot is that chicken with what looks like a clipboard with he's also running with a pen as if give us a sign. So we getting room tour? Give me just a moment. Bush's once had a presence in Houston, but they have since vanished. The closest one to us is the one in Victoria. No way. Really? Not even one in like El Campo or Wharton or Cleveland, Texas. In Houston, we have Hart's Chicken Buffet, which has the most addicting buffalo wings. We're actually going there for lunch tomorrow. Hmm. Hart's Chicken Buffet. Interesting. Wild Buffalo Wild Wings and uh, Wingstop. What do you think of those? Let me just look this up. Where was Buffalo Wild Wings started? Atlanta, Georgia? No, Columbus, Ohio. They're headquartered at Atlanta, Georgia. I'll have to come to Houston. I'm a big Buffalo Wings fan. The hotter, the better. Hmm. That's one thing Buffalo has as their championship. The Bills and the Sabres may have lost multiple playoff or championships, but if there was a championship for chicken, the Buffalo Wings would take it for sure. It's unfortunate. Sorry. Wingstop was once owned by Hearts, and I used to eat there all the time back in college. Buffalo Wild Wings is also fire as well. Okay. The one thing I like about Wingstop is that their wings are freshly fried and crisp. They might be dry at times, but it's crispy. Fun fact, Rourke Capital, who currently own. Wow, that's actually insane. They could be almost sisters or cousins or something. We have wings restaurants all over the place here. Sheesh. All right. Here's got all of this fixed up and it's more clothes that I'm trying to fix. Big Al, we have wings restaurants all over the place. Wingstop went public in 2015 and Rourke sold their remaining stake to them shortly after. They don't own Wingstop anymore. Okay, so Wingstop sold their souls, I guess. I have an ingrown hair on my leg and it hurts. Yeah, yeah, like those pimples that have like hairs growing within, those are the pestiest. All right. It's a this room's a little bit of a mess. Hold on just a moment. Sorry. I have three of them. Oh, that's painful. I just squeeze them. That's what I do. I don't know why, but that's what I do. All right, sorry about that. Y'all see? I need tweezers. It's kind of wild that one of my favorite wings is owned by my other favorite one at one point. That's actually crazy. They look like competitors, but they're in reality uh, former brothers, it looked like. And then, well, it is what it is. Hmm. Wingstop is jointly owned by Hearts and a private company group called Gemini Investors from 2003 to 2010. Wingstop and Hearts are still my favorites for wings. Hmm. I wonder what other wing. Well, there's Wing Street, which uh, I'm not sure why, but I think is synonymous with Pizza Hut. I don't really know why I think that, but I guess it's like I don't know. I feel like every few moments I see a Pizza Hut, there's uh, a Wing Street. Wing Street is owned by Yum Brands, who owns Pizza Hut, KFC, and Taco Bell. Oh, no wonder. It's like every so often I see or it's not KFC, but I see Pizza Hut and Wing Street coexist in like the same location or something. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Best moments. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. I don't. I just want to make sure that this room doesn't look like much of a mess. That's what I'm trying to go for. Okay. How? Oh, sorry, missed. Both of them I often hit up during my college years. Uh, sorry, just reading Maljeet's comment and made me laugh. Okay, make the rest of these. Thank you to whoever subscribed. Two. Thank you so much for subscribing. Who do you all got for the NHL playoffs or the Stanley Cup playoffs? There is Carolina Hurricanes versus Washington Capitals. The Hurricanes are leading the series 3-1, 3 games to 1. We got the Winnipeg Jets and the Dallas Stars. The Stars are winning 3-1 in the series. The Vegas Golden Knights against the Edmonton Oilers. I think the Oilers are up 3 games to 1. And then who's oh yeah, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Florida Panthers will face off tomorrow. They're tied at 2, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong on any of these, but that's what I think so far. Uh, yeah. So I got the Stars, I got the Oilers, I got the Hurricanes, and I'll go for the Leafs. I don't know. I just feel I could easily see the Leafs choke the series. Like choke it like Squidward's on a fork and he chokes on the fork. That choke. So far, the Stars have been kicking butt. Yeah, and they got Miro Heiskanen, their defenseman, back, and he assisted in one of Mikhail Grantland's goals. By the way, shout out to Mikhail Granlund, one of the other Finnish boys. You got Miro Heiskanen, who's the defenseman. He got an assist. You got Mikko Rantanen, who was hot, and um, Mikko Rantanen had one hat trick the previous series on Game 7, and then this series he has another hat trick, Game 1, I believe. And then you have the kid, Mikhail Grantland. He used to be with the Wild. I'm not sure where he's been exactly, but that's one place he's been there. And I think that we'll see. Hmm. Who else? Who freaking else? Hmm. I think that's it. Well, Miro Heiskanen and Jason Robertson, both pieces are back. And those pieces are going to be instrumental to us in this series. If we want to win this thing, we got to have those pieces as assurance. Oh, somebody just came in here. Let's see what they said. Oh, have a good one, everyone. Thank you, Prince Yehoshua Ben Israel. Sleep deep, rise and shine bright, and go in peace and seek the love of the Lord. I'm sorry, I just can't get enough of this flashlight stuff. I like these effects where it looks like some of the light is rising from the surface from the side. Wait, are you ending stream? Not just yet. So I'll take a without a room tour. Give me just a moment. Oh, I don't want it to look too messy. It's a little bit of a wrap, so I just want to make sure that it's, you know, at least fairly tidy. Okay, I need to pull this, put this back, like this there. Oh, I spilled water and I didn't even know about that. Son of a gun. Okay, roll this a little bit there. Yeah, do this here. And I'm going to put back my flayed coat. Unfortunately, I have to go to as I have to get up early again, but I'll save for the room tour before I go. Okay, yeah. The room tour will be here in just a moment, so stay tuned and groove tune. Okay. It's gonna be a mess, but here we go. Let me just unplug this. Hold on. Paul Cheats. I'm not sure if I asked you this, but I'm just curious. How old are you? Uh, oh, great. You might hear a loud sound. Yes. To get this untied. 14. Okay. 14. Awesome. Let me get this. Yeah, I'll just leave it as that. Okay. Unfortunately, this freaking laptop doesn't have the front camera, so it's gonna have to be like this. So this glowing lamp you see here, it's one of those vintage style lamps that you'll see. This is my calculus failures and show. This is my calculus work. There's the Bible. There's some stuff there. There's some hand sanitizer. There's some dollar bills I've left over there. And there's rolls of paper. It's buffering. All right, let me know if it's good now. I think we're good. Oh goodness, I thought it was like 150 something. It's only 136. Okay, you got this, you got that, got random stuff. Those boxes are filled with Mexican uh, glasses of whatever you'd fill it up with. There's that basket which I think we're going to replace soon. It's good, but it's pretty old. I'm not sure. Maybe we could keep it. There's some shoes on the floor. The video started buffering again. My phone off. Can we restart? Um, yeah, well, let me show y'all this. There's this and there's that. There's the trash can. Steve is on the ground. There's my bed. Yeah, this video's gonna buffer. Uh, where's the bed? There's that. There's the drawers and the stuff. My dresser, I think. There's this. There's a happy birthday balloon. There's some lotion, some colognes, and there's my alarm clock. So far, it seems good. I think my computer started glitching out. Not your stream. Okay. There's a Frontier. There's a Eero extender, Wi-Fi extender. There's some gemstones and geodes, and there's some vintage metal pen, UV flashlight, a PS PlayStation light that I need to put the batteries on. I wove a bit of a palm tree leaf brown or headband. Those are my Ray-Bans. There's a cross of Jesus. There's a Dallas Cowboys helmet. A cross I made out of palm leaves. There's a the Duke NFL football. There's the flashlight, or not the flashlight, the vintage light lamp, and yeah, those are the boxes that contain the glasses made from Mexico. Glasses of liquid. They're not filled with liquid right now, but they will be. Okay, so I think we're gonna go. Oh, and this is my closet right here. Let's see. Okay, this is the closet. There's one of the bags or backpacks. Over there's my jeans, and there's my shoes right there. You probably can't see it. Over there, that's where my shoes are put. And some stuff here. It's filled shop with stuff. So I think that is the room. Okay. Okay, folks. I gotta go. It's almost 2 o'clock. And I'm gonna get myself some sleep, folks, and I'm gonna work on so many things, hopefully, that will benefit this channel. But I didn't want to go without thanking the Lord for everything we did and for everything that's been achieved in life. And also want to thank Baljeet Christian. Uh, mm, who else? Adam was there. Jerry might have been there. I'm not too sure. The whole people, everybody else who was here earlier there, and Asfa right there. Who else? Prince Yahoshua ben Israel. I'd like to thank you as well, and let me know if you have any tips for this vertical overlay. hmm Um, I'm gonna play around with this with the things right there. I'm gonna switch stuff around and make sure it looks neater. It might not look perfect sometimes, but I try to get it to look the best. Thank you in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. And good night, brother. God bless you. All right, folks. I'm out. Sleep deep, rise and shine bright, and go in peace and seek the love of the Lord. And may the Lord reign upon y'all every time.